see if we might have to deal with something here. So let's see if we're getting audio, but then we're probably getting feedback. Hold on just a second. Yeah. You getting feedback out there too? Yep. Okay, so this is fun. That's how this goes. Okay, so we're going to close the stream out. Oh, wait. So for the live stream, are you getting feedback? I'm curious. People in the chat, let me know. Audio now, no feedback. Interesting that we're getting it out there. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. Well, here we are. We're live. What we're going to do is hold for 1 second for the live, and we're going to deal with something here. All right. So for people doing the live, just listen. And for people out here, we're going to do another stream in just a minute. That's the only thing we're going to have to do. Okay. So for those, hold on 1 sec. For those that are out there, change the TVs to the video. We're going to do another live here in just a minute. Okay. So just change it to the video for now. We'll do another one for everybody that's sitting out in the audience. We're going to do 2 of them. So, because I can't deal with the problem right now. So there we go. Okay. So welcome everybody that's out in the stream. And, well, fun stuff. Yeah. So we're just going to have to deal with this little bit of feedback we're getting right now. Let's go through this. I know it's a struggle, but. So Brad Hannikin here from Parker SPORLAN. Brad, yeah, day 2. This is a bit of a struggle, but we are. Go ahead and take the headphones off. Let's just have a conversation. There we go. So we don't got to hear that. Everybody out there can hear. We're saying audio garbled, and people out there say sounds good. So I can't keep up with it. We're just going to keep talking. If it's no good, it's no good. We'll get to it. Gotcha. Always technical problems when we're dealing with this. But day 2 at the AHR Expo, and yeah, there's a lot of people here, but it's great getting to meet everybody. It's great getting to talk to everybody, and I'm really enjoying the show in general. But you know what we want to talk about here? Yeah, see, people are just having a hard time with the audio, but it is what it is. So we'll just deal with it. It's okay. So what we want to talk about a little bit here is the A2Ls. So, you know, A2Ls seem to be the hot ticket item right now. A lot of people are talking about A2Ls. And, you know, I honestly had a hard time when it came to the A2L stuff. Like, because I'm dealing with the A3 refrigerants on a regular basis, and things are way different on the A3s, but the A3s are highly flammable refrigerants. The A2Ls are mildly flammable, right?
Yes, absolutely.
But I can't, you know, discount the fact that there is some dangers when it comes to the A2L stuff. So, you know, it's just things that we have to learn to deal with. And, you know, I was kind of having a hard time understanding why people were freaking out about the A2L stuff. But with that being said, there is higher charge inside the systems, and, you know, the A2Ls, I guess, are going to be rolled out and be out there more so, you know, with comfort cooling and, you know, commercial cooling more so than it is with the light commercial small term refrigeration, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The A2L changeover has happened. The EPA regulations. So now all of the OEM manufacturers after January 1st, you know, just a month ago, have switched over to R454B, R32 is what they're building now. That's all the units that are being built at the OEMs currently. That's all we have.
Yeah, and you know, so the point that I'm saying is that I get it. I get why everybody's being so careful with the A2L stuff. You know, you're going to be rolling out, you know, every residential home in the next 10 years is more than likely going to have, you know, 6 pounds of a mildly flammable refrigerant in it. And those are things to be considerate of, right?
Yeah, it's mildly flammable, and it's the A2L. The L actually stands for low condition of burning. So it's not like a propane gas tank that you have on your gas grill. It's not like the natural gas that you could be heating your home with. It's not like a stovetop where you have unlimited amounts of fuel gas going into your home.
Right.
It is it's a smaller amount of liquid or refrigerant that's in there of the A2L, and there's only that much volume. I mean, and a lot of times you're not talking about a large burst when it leaks, you know, kind of thing. So even if there is a potential leak, it's not as bad as people think.
Right. Okay. So let's get into a little bit. A2Ls are here. There's nothing we can do to change them. Let's, you know, be serious though. They're here for the next 10 years at least. Okay?
Absolutely.
But they're already considering the phase out of some of the A2L refrigerants. In Europe, they're already transitioning into a phase out with A2Ls.
That is correct.
And we're just adopting them here. So it's going to take some time.
Yep.
We're working through this, but nevertheless, it's here and we've got to
Yes.
learn to deal with it. So as a manufacturer, you guys, I would imagine that as a manufacturer, I mean, if you could continue selling all the equipment and components that you already have, you guys would probably be okay with that.
Yeah, as a manufacturer of components, we do not mandate these changes. We're not out there promoting these changes. This is what's being handed down to us, and this is what our customers are dictating to us, saying, "Hey, this is what we're going with." And then, as a company that supplies components, we have to make sure our components are adaptable to these new refrigerants. Take for example the thermostatic expansion valve. We talked about that yesterday. New charges being developed for 454B. The legacy 410A charge works for R32, but there are differences between R32 and 454B. So you have to pay attention to the thermostatic charge that's going into these things, and then also on the refrigeration side, 454A does not take the same charge as the 454C or 455A. So you got to kind of separate those out. And it's not just peanut butter spread like people think it might be.
So, when we had the phase outs of the previous refrigerants, the R12s, the R502s, we had a transition period where you had alternatives or drop-ins, right?
Right.
And the term drop-in, there's nothing wrong with that, but people just understood it the wrong way, right?
Right.
But with that being said, with those alternatives or those drop-ins, we were still using for the most part, the existing components in the systems, and we were just using an alternative to R12, R502.
Right.
That was a little bit easier. But with the A2Ls, some of them we're having to change the components over, is what you're saying, right?
Yes. Some of those components are changing, and then also sensors-wise, the litigation is making us add sensors and other things to these units to make them a little bit more, I won't say maybe harder to understand, harder to adapt to, but it's something that we're all going to have to kind of get through together as one manufacturer, making necessary changes to make the units run as similar to the old style products that you guys are used to working with.
And then, so one of the things with the A2Ls too, as they're coming out, is that we have to have leak detection systems built into the equipment. Interestingly enough, I was with a refrigeration manufacturer yesterday, and it just didn't hit my brain. We've been focusing so much on A2Ls hitting comfort cooling that it dawned on me that, oh yeah, when I was talking to that manufacturer, it's hitting the refrigeration, which I knew that, but I didn't think about this. There is new guidelines that we have to the amount of refrigerant that can be inside the enclosed space of a walk-in cooler without having evacuation fans and different things like that. With that being said, there's new metrics I found out. So not only when we are designing a system do we have to size for the heat load, we now have to take into consideration the amount of cubic space inside of that box, basically.
Yep.
And we have to know that without an evacuation fan present in that equipment, we are limited to the size of equipment we can put inside of that walk-in box.
That is absolutely correct. So you talk to a lot of the refrigeration guys, hey, this movement to A2Ls is a step down in the GWP. Hey, we're trying to reduce that global warming potential. But some manufacturers saying, hey, if I just jump down to propane in certain aspects, or CO2 on the large scale refrigeration side, I can just bypass all this, the step function down to the A2Ls. But these charge limitations, I can't go to propane on everything. I can't.
Right.
CO2 is not the solution for everything. So A2Ls are going to be out there. They are going to be prominent, and they will be used.
And for the people out there that swear up and down they will never work on a system that has A2Ls in it, or they will never work on a system that has hydrocarbons, A3s in it, I don't know what to tell you, because everything's changing.
Unless you're close to retirement, that statement's probably going to be false.
I see it as an opportunity.
Absolutely.
I mean, in all honesty, look, regulations are here. There's things to consider, and we can either sink or swim.
Yep.
You know what? You need to be able to charge for your time accordingly for the contractors out there. And yeah, there's new stuff that you have to do. Don't think of it as a burden. Think of it as an opportunity. I mean, look, we got to put more time and thought into replacing equipment. Therefore, you need to make sure that you're billing accordingly and taking care of everything. There's more components. You need to stop thinking of it as everything's going to cost the same. It's a bummer. Prices do have to go up, but it is what it is.
Yep.
And it's not a manufacturer thing.
We're not driving this bus.
No.
This is being pushed down towards us with the regulations and stuff. So it's not that something that we're going out and we're pushing it onto people. It's, hey, we're reacting and we're supplying the products that are needed to keep these systems running.
And we're certainly not saying that the regulations are bad. We're just saying that the regulations are here. We're not giving judgment on this. It is what it is. We're just trying to survive in space and thrive, right? And continue to be the Parker SPORLAN that everybody knows, or the insert name of contractors, company.
Right. And as these EPA regulations come down, there's another 2029 is another step in the direction of moving towards A2Ls or other refrigerants, right? And then I think 2035 or 2036, there's another one coming. So these changes, as much as painful as they might seem like, they're going to keep coming. Yep. So you have to embrace it, and you have to just kind of roll with it. Like you said, you have to be able to, your contracting business, you got to charge accordingly. I mean, you guys got to stay in business. Everybody still needs things to stay cool. So you just have to adapt and kind of move on.
Okay. Well, Brad, I really do appreciate you coming on here. We're going to close this up. We're going to try to keep it short and sweet. Thank you so very much. If you guys want to find out more about what Parker SPORLAN has to offer when it comes to the A2L changeouts, where do they go, Brad?
SPORLAN.com is an easy place to go. Then you can look up their phone number there, tech support, anything. Tech support's a really good place to go. We got a lot of answers out. There's a lot of literature out there already on A2Ls and R290 for that matter, if we're talking new refrigerants kind of thing. So yeah, SPORLAN.com, look for your answers there, and good luck to everybody out there. But changes are coming, and hey, we're here to help and support.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And for those that are watching to the end, thank you so very much. I know we're having audio issues, but it's just one of the things. So thanks so much. We're going to end this now, and we will catch you on the next one.